Hi everyone, I'm Roz and back with week 3 of my marathon diaries. So over the past couple of weeks since I made my last video, I've done a couple of long runs. I've just come back from a long run today actually because this weekend that's coming up I will be away teaching on a yoga retreat, and I've been doing my long runs on Saturdays, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to disappear off to do a 13k run in the middle of the yoga retreat. Also, I don't know the area that I'm going to, and I just, if I go for a run, it needs to be a shorter run because it's just A, more practical, and B, a little bit more logistically possible in terms of the fact I don't know where I can run, as it were. So I've just been out today. So I did a long run on Saturday, so I'm up to 13k runs, and I'm still doing 10 minutes walking and 10 minutes running, excuse me, and 1 minute walking, which is going okay. I can appreciate the benefit of it in terms of thinking about how long the runs are going to get. So I'm quite grateful for that. I sprained my ankle back in September, and I thought that everything was like fully recovered from that. But on the long run that I did on Saturday, my ankle did start tweaking a little bit. So I've just been keeping an eye on that. I have just been out now for the long run that I should be doing on Saturday. So I've brought that forwards, which basically means that I've done 2 long runs in the same week, which is not really great. However, I rationalised that I was probably better to do the long run today, because I think that when I get back from the retreat on Sunday, I'm still going to be tired on Monday, and the long runs from a week on Saturday, it'll be 16k. So I rationalised it's probably better to do it 2 13k runs in closer proximity than to be feeling more tired and do a 13k and a 16k in closer proximity. So I don't know, we'll see how that pans out. You've just got to make these decisions as they come up, I think. So today felt okay. My ankle that had been tweaky was all right. It did start tweaking a little bit at the end, but I've noticed, and I don't know if this is just because it's getting colder, but I feel like running for 10 minutes is fine, it's great, but then the walking for 1 minute, my body's actually getting cold. So I'm wondering if my ankle was tweaking actually just because it got cold and kind of started to seize up a little bit on the 1 minute walk. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to monitor that and see how it goes. Otherwise the training is going okay. Yeah, all good. I have booked my flight and my accommodation for Barcelona for March, so there is no going back on that one now. Well, there is, but I'll lose my flight and my accommodation, so a little bit more committed. So yeah, happy with that. I wanted to check in and talk a little bit about running in winter. Just because the temperatures here in the UK have like dropped quite a bit, quite rapidly, and so I've gone from literally running in like leggings or even like shorts and long socks, or leggings and a tank top, to like today I literally have just got all the layers on. So my top things that help me for running when it's colder are, number one, you've got to get the layers on. So today I've run in my running jacket, and I really like this because it's got the zip pockets, so I always get a really runny nose when I run, so I can bring loads of tissues with me. I also today put in this pocket just a little bandage in case my ankle started playing up and I felt like I needed to put something on it midway around the run in order to get myself back, so thankfully I didn't need that. And then underneath I've got this really great running top. It's kind of, I don't even know what it's made of. It's this kind of like fleecy, kind of wicking cotton. It's really comfy, and I really like it because it's got this nice little zip, so it zips up around your neck, which is very helpful. So this is good. Also, it's shaped at the bottom, so you don't get a draft up your back, which is important when it gets cold. Okay, one of my other top things for running when it's cold is this thing. I don't really know what these are called. When I worked in Spain as an English teacher, in Sant Cugat del Vallès, just outside Barcelona, a lot of the kids used to have these, and they called them, I don't know if this is a Catalan for it, a boof, something like that. So anyway, this is really cool. You wear it around your neck, so it just keeps the wind off your neck, because your neck is a place where I feel the cold quite a lot. If it's super cold, you can do this. And this is helpful because if it's cold and you are literally getting a cold face, or you're getting like ice cream teeth, like really cold teeth, if you put this up over your nose as you're breathing, the warm air from your breath like literally warms your face up. So when it's been really cold, or if I've run at night and it's been cold, I just pull that up, and I normally run for a little bit with that up, and then it gets too warm and then pull it back down again. So this is really helpful. If you put this on and you get too hot in it, you can pull it over your head as like a headband. So in the summer, that might be quite useful, just to keep the sun off your head a little bit. If you don't like that, I've actually run with it wrapped around my wrist, use it as a sweatband, so really helpful. I, funny enough, bought this from Miami Airport, and obviously it wasn't being sold there as something that you run with in the cold weather. I got this like leaflet with it with all these different ways that you could wear it, one of which was a boob tube, and I just like to say I have never worn it as a boob tube, nor do I think I am likely to. But I'm sure if you look online, you could probably find one in like an outdoor kind of outdoor activities kind of store. So the boof, or neck warmer. This headband is a freaking lifesaver. So it's not really a headband, it's actually an ear warmer. So you wear it over your ears, and I really like it because it stops the sweat from getting in my face. And when it's cold, just having this over your ears and around your head, and it's just made of like fleecy fabric, actually makes a massive difference. So for me, I don't like running with like a woolly hat over my entire head, just because then my head gets too hot, but this is enough that it keeps the wind chill off, and you know, helps keep my hair out of my face as well. So fleecy headband or ear warmer, whatever you want to call it. This was a random thing that I acquired from my sister, who I think had it for like a 3 Pigs challenge that she did, and somehow it got passed on to me, and it was one of those things that I never wore. And then when I started running and the weather got colder, I was a bit like, maybe this might be quite useful, and it totally is. Next thing for winter running is a decent pair of gloves. So let me just put one of these on. This is a pair of gloves that I picked up from Lululemon last year, in the sale, I think, or there was some kind of promotion on. They're really cool because they've got the little pad things on the end of the index finger and the thumb. So it means if you are holding your mobile phone and you want to like change your music or whatever it is, you can work with the touch screen using those. They just fit really nicely. They're nice and thin. In terms of if you want to take them off and shove them in your pocket, they don't take loads of space up. You can literally just screw them up in a little ball, and you can like shove it up your sleeve if you want. However, it's this thin fleecy fabric, so they are actually really nice and warm. And what I love is they've got this extra bit on, so you can put your fingers in there, and it makes it into like a mitten. This is only thin fabric, but I think just the fact that it squeezes your fingers together, it just basically helps keep your hands warmer, so you can run with them as mittens if you want as well. And for me, these are really helpful. I have Raynaud's disease, which is a circulatory disorder, much better than it used to be when I was younger, but my hands are something that when they get cold, they don't get warm very easily. So running with a pair of gloves is like really crucial for me. So get yourself a decent pair of gloves. This isn't really specific for winter running, but I just kind of want to show you this because I think it's really useful. It's a little wrist thing, so it's a bit sweaty because I just came back from my run. So you wear it around your wrist, and it's a sweatband, but it's also got a little zip on it, like this. So I put my keys in it. So I've got a smaller set of keys, it's just my house keys that I will run with. And I pop them there, put it around my wrist, and then I haven't got my keys jangling around. I can't lose them. And I've also got this handy sweatband for when you get sweaty and you need to wipe your brow. Final things for winter running. I don't know if you can see, I am wearing a pair of leg warmers. I've also got these really nice running socks as well. These are mono skin socks, and they're proper running socks. They're really comfy, and I just highly recommend, if you're putting the mileage in, that you buy decent socks. I know it sounds like you know, I don't know, a bit of a ridiculous thing, and we get all focused on our trainers. But actually having decent socks just makes a difference for chafing or rubbing on your feet. These are like sweat wicking. They're a nice thickness in terms of, like, I would wear them more in winter than in the summer. But they're just really, yeah, really good socks. They're more expensive than, you know, your bog standard pair of sports socks, but definitely worth it. Leg warmers. So I am running in, or I've been running today in, these compression leggings, which I think they're great. I bought them when I had IT band syndrome and runner's knee, when I was in my recovery from that. That was a couple of years ago, and I do think they just do feel very supportive for longer runs. The ones that I've got are not massively thick, which is not a problem. But when it's colder, I do like to run wearing leg warmers because it keeps the backs of my ankles warmer, especially with my sprained ankle. I'm running these today because I just was a bit concerned that the cold might be aggravating my my ankle and my sprain somewhat. So these were knitted by my mum. So a little while back, my mum was making me lots of leg warmers, and you know, some people were lucky enough to be able to snag some of the extra pairs that I was selling at that time. So that's where the leg warmers came from, and I love these because she made them so they're actually longer, so you can pull them up your leg. Inevitably they tend to slide down, but they do keep my ankles nice and warm, and if your legs are getting colder, you can pull them up, so you got a little bit more warmth there. So those are my tips for winter running. And my other tip is, when you get back and you've stretched and stuff, is to just not let yourself get cold. Make sure you get warm. So I am, on that note, off to finish drinking my hot water and lemon, and I'm going to jump in a hot bath just to get myself sorted for the rest of my day. So that was my little update on week 3 of the Marathon Diaries and my tips for winter running. And if you're a runner and you're watching this and you've got some of the things that work for you, please stick it in the comments below, because I want to know if you've got any extra tips that help me. Then I would love to hear them. So hope you're all well and happy running, and I'll speak to you all soon.